Hey everybody, it's Cappy here for you. It's gonna whew. Hey everybody, it's Cappy here for you for a Spider-Man No Way Home trailer talk or review, whichever one you want. I'm gonna put this pillow right here. I think they have a good spot for you. Wouldn't really fit. Well, yeah, I mean he could fit on this table, but you're not gonna be able to see him. I don't have anything really for him to stand on. Anyway, finally got the first trailer. It got leaked last night because there's a thing. I don't know what it's called, but it's some sort of event, like E3, for all these movie companies coming out. I never knew about this until I watched 3C Films. Go YouTube channel, go check them out. I didn't know about this, but it's some sort of like event where all movie companies show off their trailers about what they've been working on. That's gonna and the movies are gonna come out soon. And he said that usually the trailers they show here never come out to the public. They only show the people that are actually able to attend this thing, and they pat you down, make sure you don't have anything. And apparently, it's not like because like the leaked trailer that got leaked last night, it was like somebody holding a phone with another phone, recording it. So it wasn't like somebody in like the auditorium and whatever building they were in, recording it. So I don't know how they got the trailer on their phone, and it was like the CG because I thought it was fake at first. I just saw like so many meme stuff on Twitter about this trailer getting leaked. Everybody going crazy, and it was like really, I mean like really low quality, and it is so everything in this trailer right here, it is so what was there was just really low quality. I especially thought it was fake when it showed that scene of Spider-Man on a train, and now the train's in front of him, and he like does some magic, and there's like three more trains like appear above Spider-Man. He's on it, and they starting to float up off the train they were on. In that scene last night in the leak trailer, it was literally it looked like a deleted scene you'll watch on DVD where the CGI is like just beginning to start. Like it looks so bad. As soon as I saw it, I was like, "Yo, this is fake." But I kept seeing it everywhere, and I thought I was oh, so it's real. And I also thought I literally almost thought I also thought Scarlett Johansson leaked the trailer because everybody was making news about who leaked the trailer. Thank you, and like like Sony and Kevin Feige are gonna go find this dude and kill him. And then I saw like three or four memes that was like Scarlett Johansson sued Disney. Now she's leaking the trailer, and I was like, I I, I go front. I actually believe like yo, she did that. Like that was my face. I was like, there's no, she did that. But honestly, it wasn't Scarlett Johansson, but it was just the fact that I literally believed that for like 5 minutes. I'm just looking around trying to find the information about that. I'm like, yo, she is wild. I just couldn't believe she did that. But obviously, she didn't do that. I'm just it was just so stupid. But yeah, that was funny. Anyway, we got the actual official trailer from Sony and Marvel themselves, and like an hour ago, I fell asleep because I kept hearing it's gonna be around 9. It was like 8. I was just laying down waiting for it, and I passed out. Woke up at 10. I see like reviews for the trailer. Everybody's watching it going crazy, and the trailer was really good. Basically, the trailer starts off from the ending of Far From Home, where everybody knew who Spider-Man is, and then it starts off there, but it really starts off with MJ and Peter just talking on the rooftop, and Peter doesn't really want to go back down, to the real world because every time he does, he gets swarmed. People record him. He gets nervous. There was one scene like he's going. I think they were going up to a court office, and everybody's like swarming him with cameras in their face. They got posters saying he's a murderer because Mysterio said he killed him, and like it's zooming on Ned's face. Somebody behind him. I think people were saying that it was Flash, and then he's holding Zendaya's hand, and he's like getting really scared, and you see his hand shaking. Like he's still a teenager, he's still a human. All these people swarming him every day now that they know he got identity. It's gonna get kind of nervous for him, and basically, okay, let me just get through the random stuff before I get to the Doctor Strange. That's the big thing I want to hear. Anyway, we just keep cutting through scenes of him getting swarmed by people, call him a murderer. We get one scene where he's in the police station getting interrogated about, he's like, it was mysterious. It was the drones that killed him. The drones? I'll take your drones? I mean, that's a pretty good argument, but, we know what happened. And there was a scene where this dude had a stack of papers, and he slammed them down on the table. And he had his sleeve was, rolled up, and he was, a hairy arm. I didn't think much of it. I just thought, some dude just slamming down some evidence, trying to, try to punk Peter Parker, Spider-Man, to confess that he killed Mysterio. But then people are saying that's Daredevil because there's been rumors. I think it's been officially um, revealed, but I think it's rumors too. I don't know, but I've been hearing that Daredevil is gonna be in this movie, and he's gonna be the lawyer for Peter Parker against the whole Mysterio case. And I didn't know this because the only thing I knew about him was when he was a kid, some chemicals splashed on his face and made him blind. But he has like super senses now because he's blind. He's like a fighter now. Like that's really all I really knew. I knew his costume. I knew his hair. And I was Daredevil. I also knew he was loyal too. A lawyer too. And apparently, he has like really hairy knuckles. Well, not no knuckles, really hairy wrists and arms. So I guess that's like a thing, like a character trait to him. And the dude that slammed down the papers had really hairy arms, and they made it a point in the trailer when you watch it, you don't see his face. You just see like his chest, body, his arms when he slammed down the papers. You could clearly see the hairiness on his arms and wrist. And then he just cuts to the next scene. You don't really get to see his face. And I'm thinking, well, just some random run-of-the-mill dude, they would have told his face, right? So if it is Daredevil, they want to have that surprise for the movie. So okay, I guess that was Daredevil. And the thing is, it was just like another police officer just slamming down some information. It would have just told the police officer. It's not like a big thing to like hype it up, right? I mean, like, what's the point of cutting off the dude's face if he's just like some random dude that's gonna be in the scene for like 2 minutes and this is Daredevil, so let's show Daredevil, so they don't wanna spoil it like that. Okay, that makes sense. That's right there. Sorry, talking kind of fast. Just wanna. So I've been waiting for this. Anyway, right after that, there was one little scene with MJ and him about how basically she was just trying to crack a joke about how since you're Spider-Man now, I mean since now everybody knows you're Spider-Man, it's kind of good record now you don't have to lie to people. And he was, I didn't really want to do that, I just wanted to protect you guys. I mean, he didn't say, but he's like, I didn't really want to do that, but how do you tell somebody, hey, I'm Spider-Man? Like, people are gonna think you're crazy. Like, he's just like, what? Anyway, right after that scene, it's like Halloween apparently, and we see some little witches, like light bulbs, hanging up on some roof. And okay, there was one scene of Peter walking into school, and I was watching the heavy spoilers. He was like, "Why would you go back to school?" Same. I don't think if like my identity get revealed, I probably wouldn't go back to school. There was also a scene where Peter was like, "It's not even like my identity getting revealed. It's not just hurting me. It's hurting the people around me." And there was a scene where Happy, he was in a car, tons of like guns pointing at him for some reason. Ned, he was getting interrogated, and May was getting interrogated. There was also a scene with Peter and Aunt May in their apartment just chilling. And you see like red and blue like flashing lights in their windows. It's kind of weird because they don't live on the base floor. Like we've seen plenty of times. They live on like one of the top floors in their apartments. Well, no, they had to get a new apartment after Endgame. Yeah, he was there because Aunt May said she like poofed back in her apartment, and there was like a random family living there. It was Yes, I guess they would have to get a new apartment after Endgame. So I guess they are on the ground floor now. I was thinking like, because in the other movies you clearly see it on like one of the top floors. But after Endgame, I guess they would have to get a new apartment after they poof back in reality. Okay, never mind then. I guess what I just had is stupid. What I just. Anyway, I said all that. Anyway, he goes to Doctor Strange. He asks Doctor Strange if there's a spell to make everybody forget that he's Spider-Man. And this is a comic storyline in the comics. Now, they're not always going to do it one for one in the comics, because in the comics, learn from the heavy spoilers, that he went to Doctor Strange, and Doctor Strange allowed him to go through the multiverse to ask other people to help him out with that same problem, but Doctor Strange couldn't really help him. Basically, nobody he could find in the multiverse could help him until he got to Mephisto. And Mephisto was able to do it, but he like tricked Peter to where him and MJ or Gwen Stacy what's going on in the comics weren't married anymore. Everybody forgot, and obviously you're not gonna bring Mephisto in here. They're already at the Sinister Six. That's already a lot. So I thought to bring Mephisto anyway. He asks that they're trying to spell they could do. Now, right before he does it, Wong tells Doctor Strange not to do it because it's a really dangerous spell. Doctor Strange says, okay, he's not, and then Wong goes to a portal with some bags, and as soon as he gets to the portal, he winks, and then they go downstairs to do the spell. So I'm like, where is he going? It was kind of confusing. Now, if you like look closely in the Shang-Chi trailers when he is fighting, like there's a dude that looks just like Wong that's fighting Abomination in the cage ring, and people were saying that was Wong. I was like, why would Wong even be there? But I think I heard that Kevin Feige said that yes, Wong is in this movie. and there's a dude that looks just like Wong in the trailer. So, because like you said, he's in a movie. There's a dude that looks like Wong. That's probably Wong. Don't know why he's going through this fighting tournament thing, but hey, we see him leaving in this movie somewhere, and since he's gonna come out soon, so maybe um, whenever he shows up, he was like, yeah, as soon as I left, Spider-Man was like doing something, but it's whatever, and then like, oh, we'll get it if we just saw the trailer. So maybe something like that will happen. If it does, I don't know, but he's literally going somewhere, and we have no idea where, and we know based on context clues what we got over the few months that he's in the same T movie, so it kind of makes some sense, right? Kind of makes sense. Oh yeah, and before he does the spell, it's kind of confusing because like there's like tons of snow, like I mean like ton of snow, and inside the sanctuary. I'm like, why is there snow? Like, they're both literally wearing jackets. That the Strange makes some fire. There was like one little joke where he's like, Sir Doctor Strange. He's like, yo, Peter, we saved the whole like universe together. You don't have to be so formal. You can just we can just call each other our names. He was like, oh, okay, Steven. Then he pauses. He's like, it's kind of weird, but okay. And y'all notice his hair is kind of weird. Like his hair looks like really padded down and slicked back. It looks kind of weird like that. Maybe that's just I don't know. Like his like look at like Endgame, Infinity War, Doctor Strange, any render you can find of his hair. Then look at this hair in Far From Home. I mean No Way Home. It looks kind of weird. It looks like really padded down and slicked back with a lot of grease up there, like his face. It looks kind of weird. I don't like how it looks. Anyway, I was like, why is there so much snow here? I was watching the Heavy Spoilers YouTube channel. We'll check them out. The YouTubers. Um, and he was saying that y'all remember how when the Hulk came in Infinity War, he bust a hole through the center of him like the top, and we know about the strings. Right after that, he went to go fight Thanos, and he got dusted. And if this whole thing had snow in it, no one repaired it, it's more likely to say maybe Wong got dusted too. So nobody was there to fix the hole. Maybe the elements came in because there are some set photos of Peter Parker walking through some snowy areas, so it has snowed, and it's Halloween, so maybe yeah. So the seasons go through. So maybe it was snowing, all the snow got into the building. Now that they're back, they gotta get the snow out. But they're like, we'll deal with it later, I guess, and put it on. At first, I thought it was from the portal, because when Wong opened the portal, it kind of looked like when he walked through it, it kind of looked like he was going somewhere snowy. I was like, oh, well, they just came back from somewhere snowy. Wong's gonna go back. But when he opened the portal, all the snow came in. But it was like upstairs, downstairs, just tons of snow. I thought I'd leave it open for that long. So yeah, I mean whatever. It was just kind of weird. It was kind of weird. We go back to let's go back to Peter and Doctor Strange. They go downstairs. Doctor Strange is doing some sort of spell, and it was really cool looking how he's doing it. At first, he was pouring some sort of liquid orange stuff, and he was just doing some while he was doing like he was like making rings around him, and each time he had to do a spell, like he was like Peter was talking, and then he was and then he makes a ring around him, and he does that again. And while he was talking to Peter, like, okay, I can do the spell for you to make sure everybody forgets that you're Spider-Man. And then he makes a ring, while he's doing the spell, Peter walks into like the spell ring that he's doing with him. He didn't really seem too bothered about that. He just kept doing his thing. But he got bothered by Peter. He kept talking. He like, hold on. Everybody's gonna forget. Can you just have some people remember? And the other was like, well, that's not how the spell works. And then he was like, can you make sure my friend Ned remembers? How about my Aunt May? Wait, what about MJ? Come on, like, because at first I was like, you can just retell them. Like, you can just tell them when the spell is over. Like, what's the problem? It wasn't until I was like, oh, okay, I guess that wouldn't work. It wasn't until he said, so MJ's gonna forget everything he's been through. When he said been through, I was like, oh, that's right, because she found out they went through the whole Mysterio thing, and now they're dating, and now I guess Peter feels like if I just tell her I'm Spider-Man, we probably won't be dating again. Like maybe that's not going to change anything. Maybe he thinks it was the experience of everything they went through with Mysterio and stuff that made them to date. That's not going to happen again, So, shoot. He's getting kind of nervous and he keeps talking. I messes up Doctor Strange, and he messes up the spell. And now the multiverse came out. Then we just get a ton of quick shots to where we don't see Electro. We know Electro's coming in from the Amazing Spider-Man universe. We don't get to see him here. I heard his outfit got changed up. He's not blue anymore. It kind of sucks. I liked when he was blue, when he had the black jacket on, like regular clothes. But then when he had the high-tech suit on at the end of the Amazing Spider-Man 2, it didn't look too good to me. But we know he's in here. He's not blue anymore. And like his electricity is yellow now because we don't actually see him in this trailer. I mean, we do, but we don't see his body. We just see like one really quick shot of like a ton of sand and like wind going crazy, and then in the middle of all that sand and wind, we see a bunch of like yellow electricity just shooting off, and then obviously like, oh, it's Electro. And then when the sand came up, I thought it was like, because at first I was like, where's all this wind coming from? Because Electro can control wind, right? And there was also some sand coming up. People saying that was sand, man. I remember the only confirmed people I knew was obviously at the end of the trailer we see Doc Ock from the Tobey Maguire universe, Electro from the Spider-Man universe, it's the Sinister Six, Green Goblin from Tobey Maguire. I think we're gonna get the Rhino from Amazing Spider-Man. I think Sinister Six, the Vulture from Tom Holland. He's Six Scorpion, I guess, or not Scorpion. And who? I don't know, because we got Doc Ock, Electro, Green Goblin. Those three are confirmed easy. You already know those all 100%. It's the Sinister Six, y'all. Oh, the okay. If y'all don't, okay. Let me get through the trailer, and I'm gonna say some stuff that I heard from the heavy spoilers, where it didn't show in the trailer. It might show in like maybe the second trailer they show, but they showed it this trailer. So y'all don't want to know some information that hasn't been officially released. Then I'm gonna hold up Spider-Man. And while I'm holding up Spider-Man, I'm saying some quote unquote spoilers. So you don't want to hear it, just mute the video, and while I'm holding this, and then when I put it down, then you can unmute the video. Okay, so let me get to the rest. Anyway, we just get a couple of really weird, not weird, but we just get a couple quick shots of some action scenes. You know, the wind, the electricity. I said Peter jumping. The scene I just said about how Doctor Strange on a train with Peter, and then he makes like three more trains. It was kind of weird. Peter Parker jumping out of the Sanctum Storm, him trying to web swing, but then like the city is like encaving and moving around on itself. So I think he's using the mirror dimension, and Peter's like, yo, yo, what's going on? And then we also get a scene of Doctor Strange doing the actual projection on Peter, just boom, hitting him in the chest, and the actual projection form comes out of the back of him. And he was like, this is your fault for trying to live two lives. And he also had some cube in his hand. I'm gonna tell you about this in a minute. And at the end of the trailer, we see, oh yeah, there was like a few shots where like Peter was like in school or somewhere, and he like had that black and gold suit on that got leaked a while ago, and he took off his mask and he's looking around, and everybody around him is frozen. Like it wasn't like a scene where like it was so quick, like they moved. Literally, he ran for like 2 split seconds, and everybody was just frozen. They just weren't moving. And also in the city, because we see Green Goblin's little bomb. We don't actually get to see him, but we see his bomb. And when he was like not in the city, but he was like on this bridge or like on the street, and he was looking in the car at some lady, and she was frozen too, like not moving. And then we see Doc Ock. You should Tobey Maguire is Doctor Octopus, and he comes out, lands on the ground, and he has his 4 tentacles, and they said that he is from Spider-Man 2 at the very end of that movie, to where remember we had that son fall into the harbor with him and he drowned. They said at that split moment when he fell into the water, that's when the multiverse opened, and then it dragged him in. Anyway, and he de-aged. I thought it was gonna look weird. He looked honestly, but like when I was watching the trailer, he looked the same. I was like, oh, okay, my boy. And I was like, wait a second. Oh yeah, I forgot. They said they're gonna de-age him with CGI. And when I watched the trailer again, I thought, oh yeah, I can kind of see how they de-aged him. It didn't look weird. I thought it was gonna look weird. It didn't look weird at all. It looked pretty dope. Anyway, he comes in out of some smoke, and Peter looks at him, and he's like, oh, hello, Peter. And then Peter has like this suit on, and then he just does this, and then instantly the nanotech Iron Spider suit comes on him. And we didn't get to see Andrew Garfield or Tobey Maguire this trailer. And my thing is like, it's like a big thing to wait. Are they in a movie or they're not? If they aren't, what Marvel and Sony just come out and flat out say they're not in the movie? This is a Tom Holland movie. Like, wouldn't they say that right? Like, if there was a Thor or Iron Man movie coming out, and there were like leaks or like some rumors going around that I don't know, like all the Avengers are gonna be in there, like I don't know, like Miss Marvel or Moon Knight gonna be in there. What Marvel and Sony come out and say? Because I doubt they want to like play around with their fans and like, oh, maybe. Like no, they're gonna like, look, this is an Iron Man movie. He's not. Miss Marvel's not gonna be in here. She's not. She's in her own thing right now. I don't know where y'all get this from, but she's not in this movie. When they come out and say that, I think they're in there. But you never know, right? But I really hope they are in there. Maybe they won't show it in the first trailer. I was hearing like, man, they might save it for the theater release. Like they will make sure it is not in marketing. This is not in like any of the trailers or teaser trailers, no commercials. Like you are not gonna find out if they're in this movie until you watch it in the theater. That would be dope. They can do that. If they can do that, that'd be really dope. that'd be really dope. They might be able to do that, but hopefully, I mean, like obviously you want to know, but the hype from them these coming out of nowhere because you don't know in the theater, that would be massive hype. But you're gonna want to see this movie. Like when this movie comes out, stay off your phone. Stay off your phone. You're gonna want to see it as soon as it comes out in your movie theater. If they're gonna pull that kind of tactic, you're gonna want to see this movie day one. You do not want to wait because it's gonna show up somewhere on YouTube or Instagram or Twitter. You know that's gonna happen, and they can't get it taken down because the movie's already out, so it's not spoilers technically. It's not like you're leaking it. So you're gonna want to see this movie day one. I usually see my movies day one, so it doesn't matter for me unless something happens to where I can't. I might be in starting for Christmas around here, but I don't know. But this would be dope. That would be really dope. And there was like an argument about how they probably are in the movie because when Doc Ock, obviously said, "Hello, Peter." Obviously, he wouldn't know Tom Holland and Peter didn't have his spider suit on, and maybe I doubt he'll know he's in the multiverse. He knew he got transferred somewhere else, but I don't know if he knows instantly he's in the multiverse. But he wouldn't recognize Tom Holland Peter. He'll only know the Tobey Maguire, right? So why would he easily know that's Peter Parker unless someone said it out loud or something? Some people were saying like, "Yo, he's probably looking at Tobey Maguire's Peter," but obviously they don't want to show that, so it cut to a scene to where it can look like it was Tom Holland he was talking to. That makes a lot of sense. I've been seeing that one too. Anyway, I'm trying to think of the six villain guy with the Sinister Six folks or whatever. Okay, so this is the stuff I heard on the heavy spoilers YouTube channel. So while I'm holding this up, this is like sort of so like he was saying that after all the villains sort of got loose in the city after the whole multiverse broke open because Peter messed up the spell, and he was saying that Doctor Strange was able to round them up pretty quickly. I guess he was able to round them up and put them in some sort of cage. And when Peter went to the cage, that's when Green Goblin from the Tobey Maguire universe was like asking everybody, "How did y'all get here?" And they were like, "The last thing we remember was getting killed by our Spider-Man," and that made Tom Holland Spider-Man, feeling guilty and sad. So he stole some sort of cube key that you see him holding in the trailer when Doctor Strange hit him in the chest and Astral Projection form came out. He held some sort of cube key. He let them out. And I think the heavy spoiler was like it was the Lizard, so we got the Lizard, Electro. So those were two villains from Amazing Spider-Man, Green Goblin, Doc Ock, two villains from Tobey Maguire. Then we need two more villains. Yo, this makes so much sense. I don't wanna. Yo, it's because like that's two from Amazing, two from Tobey, and then you gotta get two from Tom Holland. So the only like I don't know. I would love to have the Rhino up in here, but man. Sinister Six, and oh yeah, he said like the Green Goblin is like the main leader, like getting all these villains together to make the Sinister Six. So from the Spider-Man, you get Scorpion because I think they said that Mexican dude was messed up in the prison after Far From Home. Homecoming that was supposed to be Scorpion and Vulture. I don't know why he'd be evil at six, but I would like to see the Rhinos to be seven. I don't know. He was saying Peter let him go. Doctor Strange was chasing Peter. That's why he did the mirror that makes him thing when he jumped out. You see like the city caving in on itself, getting angry at him, obviously hitting him after the Projection. You can't keep living two lives. You keep messing up like you just let all those jokers out of here. Like what are you doing? And that's all the information he really said about that scene. Really, I mean that wasn't spoilers, but at the same time it wasn't like in the trailers. If you might not want to know that since it wasn't official. But he said his sources would be good, so yeah. Okay, so I did not expect for me to be talking this long. I thought it was gonna be like a 10-minute thing, 24 minutes. But yeah, man, I cannot wait for the second trailer. I can't wait for this movie to come out. Hopefully, Andrew Garfield, Tom Maguire's in here, so we get 3 Spider-Man fighting 6 villains, going crazy. Dopeness. That'd be awesome. That'd be amazing. That would be amazing. I really hope they're in this movie. And yeah, that's really all I gotta say for right now. Thank you all for watching. I thank you all out there being wonderful and beautiful and handsome human beings. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. I am